More now on the partisan divide over the confirmation of Judge Sonia Sotomayor. Two members of the House Judiciary Committee joining me now. Congressman Steve King, he's a Republican, and Congressman Jerrold Nadler, Democrat. Gentlemen, good to have you with us.
Thank you, Lou.
Today we watched those 20 senators, and if it had an R or a D under their names, it was pretty predictable as to which way they were going to go, almost to the point that it was highly predictable what they're going to say. Congressman King, what is the partisan interest in doing this?
Well, there are two completely different views that are playing out on the Senate Judiciary Committee in today's and in the following days' hearings with Justice Sotomayor. And that is the one view that is the judicial activism view that believes that the Constitution is a living, breathing document that can be shaped and molded by, let me say, a wise Latino woman or some other wise person on the Supreme Court if they can get four others to agree with them. And the other view is the view that was expressed by Ranking Member Jeff Sessions this morning at the opening of the hearings, that the other side of it, that the Constitution is not a living, breathing document, but a document that constrains the judges, and they are bound by the language in the Constitution.
Let's listen to what Senator Sessions said as I turn to you, Congressman Nadler. This is what Senator Sessions had to say about empathy. Well, I'm told now that we don't have that soundbite. I'm sorry? We do have it now. So we're going to listen to what President Obama had to say about empathy and Senator Sessions' response to the issue of empathy versus prejudice.
Enriching, Judge Sotomayor's empathy for one group of firefighters turned out to be prejudice against another. That is, of course, the logical flaw in the empathy standard. Empathy for one party is always prejudice against another.
Congressman Nadler, your reaction?
It's nonsense. There is no empathy standard. I hope that everybody has empathy for everybody else. And what you had in that case, of course, was a conflict between two different points, the disparate impact and the disparate treatment points of the law. And of course, her opinion or her participation in the opinion in that case was well within the mainstream. For the 9 Supreme Court justices agreed with her. And I have to comment on what Steve King said about judicial activism. This judicial activism is an old saw that is used by conservatives against any Democratic or moderate or liberal candidate. The fact is, it's been the conservatives on the Supreme Court, the so-called conservatives, who've been much more activist. If you define activism as substituting their judgments for the judgment of the elected representatives, they've overturned more laws passed by Congress and by state legislators than most courts in the past. In fact, every time the court has had an opinion from Brown versus Board of Education that they didn't like, they yelled judicial activism.
Let me do this. Let's listen to Judge Sotomayor at Duke University 4 years ago and what she said about applying law or making law or policy.
Court of Appeals is where policy is made. And I know this is on tape, and I should never say that because we don't make law. I know. Okay, I know. I'm not promoting it, and I'm not advocating it. Okay. Having said that, the Court of Appeals is...
Well, having said that, today, this is what Judge Sotomayor had to say at her confirmation hearing.
In the past month, many senators have asked me about my judicial philosophy. Simple. Fidelity to the law. The task of a judge is not to make law. It is to apply the law.
Are you in any way, do you feel a little better, Congressman King, or is this a confirmation conversion?
Well, I would say I don't feel the need to rebut Mr. Nadler because it seems to me that the language at Duke University has already done so. I would point out to the people of this country that Judge Sotomayor has had 9 cases before the Supreme Court that she has decided upon, and of those 9, only 1 has been affirmed. 7 have been reversed, and 1 of them was vacated. So she's batting 1 for 9 before the Supreme Court. And by the way, this Supreme Court is the Supreme Court that is there, that's the backup if mistakes are made at the lower court level. There's nobody to back up a Supreme Court justice other than the other 8. And this is a high-test situation that's going on. I'd also point out that that Justice Sotomayor does not seem to understand that the Constitution has to be there to protect the rights of individuals in a rigid fashion. I don't think she understands that.
Congressman Nadler?
Well, she obviously does understand that. And, you know, I don't know about the statistic I just heard. I've never heard it from Congressman King. I've never heard it before. But she has participated in thousands of decisions. She's been on the court for 17 years, and she has a very good ratio of reversals, one of the best ratios in terms of a percentage of cases that have not been reversed of any judge on the court. And the fact is
there any doubt in your mind, Congressman Nadler, that she will be confirmed?
None.
All right. How about yours, Congressman King?
I think that there's an outside chance if she should contradict herself in a stark way in the hearings, there's an outside chance. But mostly this is make the case for what the Constitution means. And if the Constitution doesn't mean what it says...
Congressman, I apologize, but we're just out of time. Congressman King, thank you very much. Congressman Nadler, thank you very much.
Thank you.